In legal breaking news, the piece of crap Donald Trump and his dirty DOJ. By the way, F you, Pam Bondi. Anyway, by the way, have officially said they are planning to appeal the United States Supreme Court ruling 9-0 in favor of Judge Paula Zenas, who ordered the return of Kilmar Armando Garcia. Boy, are they in for a rude awakening, and they should know this by now, that the Supreme Court ruling is non-appealable. Let's take a look at this new reporting from ABC News. The article is titled, DOJ says it will appeal Abrego Garcia's ruling, releases documents tying him to gang. Ladies and gentlemen, the article reads, the Department of Justice filed a notice Wednesday that it will appeal the order from a federal judge requiring the government to facilitate the return of wrongfully deported Kilmar Abrego Garcia from El Salvador. On the same day, it released 2 documents that were previously used to allegedly tie him to the criminal gang MS-13. The 2 forms of the government presented as evidence a gang field interview sheet from the Prince George County Police Department. From the Prince George County Police Department in Maryland, and an additional form from the Department of Homeland Security base Abrego Garcia's alleged gang affiliation on his clothing, and information from a confidential informant described as a past, proven, and reliable source of information. The reports provide no other information beyond the clothing and confidential informant to justify the claim that Abrego Garcia is a ranking gang member. Abrego Garcia is entering his 2nd month in an El Salvadorian MAGA prison after he was deported there on March 15, despite being issued a 2019 court order barring his deportation to his home country due to the fear of persecution. His attorneys and his wife have denied he is a member of MS-13, and his lawyers have called into question the validity of the document by alleging the detective who authorized it was later suspended. DHS Assistant Secretary of Public Affairs Tricia McLaughlin told ABC News Jay O'Brien on Tuesday that Abrego Garcia's deportation to El Salvador was the result of a clerical error, and that he should have been sent to a detention center in Mexico, Nicaragua, Egypt. According to the gang field in interview sheet, a report of the police's interaction with Abrego Garcia. He was approached by police in 2019 after they said he was loitering in a Home Depot parking lot in Myetteville, Maryland. The report noted that Abrego Garcia wore a Chicago Bulls hat and hoodie emblazoned, with images of rolls of money covering the eyes and ears of former U.S. presidents, which police claimed tied Abrego Garcia to the gang. Officers know such clothing to be indicative of the Hispanic gang culture, the report said, noting that the meaning of the clothing is see no evil, hear no evil, and say no evil. Wearing the Chicago Bulls hat represents that they are a member in good standing with the MS-13, the report said. According to the report, officers contacted a past proven and reliable source of information who said that Abrego Garcia was a ranking member of MS-13. Abrego Garcia had the rank of Shikrio and had the moniker Chiol, according to the informant. According to the DOJ, a Chico is a low-level member of MS-13. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with the article, let's take a look at what Chiquillo means, the definition. examine, control, control. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we now know that the DOJ and the officer who wrote this phony, faulty report is a flat-out liar. Let's get back into the article. The DHS report added that Abrego Garcia was in possession of $1,778 at the time of his arrest. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is starting to be really fishy, and I know he wasn't. This, like I said, this report is fishy. Let's get back into the article, ladies and gentlemen. The report noted that Abrego Garcia was in the company of three other men when he was arrested. One of whom, according to police, had an extensive criminal history and was known as an active gang member. Another was linked to MS-13 based on a confidential source, the report said. Again, false. Police said they were unable to link the third man to the gang, writing that MS-13 gang members are only allowed to hang around other members or prospects for the gang. Other documents. The other document. DHS 1213 form cited the Prince George's County Police Department field interview sheet to claim that Abrego Garcia was identified and validated as a member of MS-13. Abrego Garcia denied having any information about the gang or human smuggling, according to the DHS report. An immigration judge who denied Abrego Garcia bond in 2019 cited both reports as the main evidence to conclude he posed a risk to the community. Abrego Garcia's lawyers have highlighted apparent inconsistencies in the DHS report, saying it offers extradictory assessments regarding whether Abrego Garcia feared being removed to El Salvador. His attorney, His attorneys have also highlighted that the confidential information linked Abrego Garcia to the Western crew of MS-13. which principally operated on Long Island, where they say he has never lived. The report also noted that the two other alleged gang members at the Home Depot parking lot were members of a different MS-13 crew. Wednesday's developments came a day after U.S. District Judge Paula Zenas ordered government officials to testify under oath because she said they had done nothing to aid in Abrego Garcia's release from custody and return to the United States, despite the Supreme Court directing the Trump administration to facilitate Abrego Garcia's release from custody in El Salvador. Per Judge Paula Zenas' orders, the Trump administration on Wednesday submitted daily status reports on Abrego Garcia, saying that were no further updates. Given the government's prior, clear, and unequivocal notice to the court regarding how the government will facilitate Abrego Garcia's return within the contours of existing law and regulation, there are no further updates. Joseph Mazzara, the acting general counsel for the Department of Homeland Security, said in the update. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got some news for these guys, or for this corrupt, illegal DOJ. One, the Supreme Court decision is not appealable. The Supreme Court is the final say. Hence, these guys do not know what the hell they are talking about. And they illegally broke the law. So much for being a DOJ, considering how they broke the law, and they broke the court orders of not only the district court, or the district circuit court, but they also broke the United States Supreme Court. So that should be actually 3 times in contempt. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you did enjoy this video, that is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy. And if you would like to make sure that you never miss a brand new legal breaking reporting, please consider following me on my social medias. That will be linked down below. I am on Instagram, Snapchat, Threads, as well as TikTok. You guys can also do so by stay up to date in the know-how by clicking the bell icon that is right next to the subscribe button down below on the right hand side, and clicking the all notifications options. Thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, please help me reach and achieve the goal of 150 subscribers. 150 plus subscribers. The reason why I'm saying 150 plus subscribers is because right after we reach and achieve the goal of 150 subscribers, we have more subscribers to achieve and reach right after we reach and achieve the goal of 150 subscribers. Until my next legal breaking reporting, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay positive, please stay safe, and know that justice will prevail on the correct side of the law eventually, despite Donald Trump and his lawless, illegal administration's illegal, unconstitutional executive orders and actions and behaviors.